What is up, everybody? Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Welcome back to Chariho Sports Talk. This is going to be a good one. We're heading into the heart of February, and both the boys and girls basketball teams have been busy in the last week. So let's try to get you caught up a little bit if we can. Let's start with boys basketball. We actually just had a boys basketball game today, but I'll get to that in a minute. This team has been on a really solid run lately. Since the start of February, Chariho has played with a ton of confidence, coming off a stretch where they've won most of their recent games. One of the standout performances was definitely a huge win over Middletown and a high-scoring night that showed that the Chargers can push the pace when they want to, and they can get contributions from multiple guys at any given point. Defensively, they've also been locking teams down. The win over West Warwick really stood out. They held their own. They got 30 points. I'm sorry, they held the team to under 30 points, which that level of communication, discipline has all just been fantastic. Unfortunately, today they had a matchup against Westerly, which had been switched a few times, and that really showed some weaknesses in the Chargers. They were expecting to play this game last night. It got snowed out, which was the second time that this game had been rescheduled. But overall, just a fantastic week thus far. It showed some flaws in finishing possessions and turnovers and stuff like that. But right now, I would really say that at 14-5 or 13-5, this team is really starting to get into a rhythm, find their own little hiccup today against Westerly, but it should be great going into the playoffs. For Coach Dan LaBelle's girls team, they deserve a ton of credit for how they have responded lately. They have been battling through one of the toughest schedules in the state, and while their record may not jump off the page to you, the progress absolutely does. Since February 1st, the Chargers have picked up a couple of really important wins, including one against Bayview that was a statement. They had strong defense, good energy, balanced scoring. And then there was the win against East Greenwich that I was happy to call a radio-only broadcast of. That came down to execution late. Chariho made plays when it mattered most. And yeah, they've had some tough losses, but most of their losses have been against the top four teams in the state, which they've lost 8 of their 11 losses have been to the top four teams in the state twice. So this is a team that is learning. They're learning how to close games out. They're learning how to handle pressure. They're learning how to turn tough experiences into momentum. They have one senior, Fasano, and she has been out for the last couple of days, and they still have picked it up. Just really, really incredible stuff. And Coach LaBelle is putting this team in a better position for the future. So the boys are building momentum. They only have one senior as well. It's going to be really interesting seeing their postseason matchups. The girls are showing a lot of resilience. It'll be very interesting to see what happens with playoffs with them, even though they have a losing record. A lot of teams make it into the playoffs. So we'll see once the playoffs start, everybody's 0-0. So should be really, really, really interesting. We've had some standout players for sure. Obviously, Brendan Gleason has been fantastic for the Chargers the whole season so far. Riley, oh my God, why am I just blanked on his name. Riley, what is your last name? Riley, come on. I had this off the top of my head. What is Riley's last name? Riley Conroy, number 23. Amazing. Riley has been fantastic. Riley Conroy, just saw him just taking everything down. I mean, he literally, there was not a rebound in sight that he couldn't get his hands on. He hit some beat threes today. Stood out a lot in the game against West Warwick that they won. Stood out today, even in the loss against Westerly, I should say. So, Chariho Chargers, I believe in you. We believe in you here at 321. And I'm really excited. Also, we've had just a tremendous amount of incredible teams, incredible players on the girls' side as well, including a player of the game that I need to get up today that Jacob sent me, and that's May Edmonds. both Edmonds girls have been fantastic. So many people on this squad actually have just been incredible. So thank you guys for watching. We will have a much longer Chariho Sports Talk next week with an interview. Everything got rearranged this weekend because of the snow, but I wanted to give you a quick update, and we will see you guys real soon. Bye for now.